Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
Court calls case People versus Control Cooper.
Chapter for the people.
Your Honor, Peyton DeWitt, student attorney, requesting permission to practice pursuant to Michigan Court Rule 8.120 under the supervision of Assistant Public Defender Hannah Apple.
Oh, really? Seriously? Okay, cool. Permission to practice is granted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Please state your name for the record.
Control Cooper. Thank you.
Your Honor, at this time, we waive my client's right to a preliminary exam.
Is that correct, sir? And you understand that a preliminary examination is a proceeding where the people would have to show by probable cause that the offenses alleged were committed and that you committed them. Yeah. And you understand that that means that you'll not have that hearing, that you'll proceed to circuit court for further resolution. Yeah. People also waive their right.
That's right.
Preliminary examination having been waived. Sir, turn around.
You ain't got to talk to me like that. I'm gonna turn around though.
Turn around, please.
Thank you.
And then having waived formal reading, standing mute, court will enter a not guilty plea. Is that correct, counsel?
Yes, it is.
Pretrial will be set for
July 25th at 1:30 before Judge Slate Thursday.
July 25th, 2024, 1:30 Slate Thursday. Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court does call the case of the People versus Daniel Greenwood.
Your Honor, good morning. This is Matthew Mansour, Assistant Public Defender, with and on behalf of Mr. Greenwood, who appears to my right. Mr. Greenwood, can you state your name for the record, please?
Daniel Lowell Greenwood.
Good morning.
Your Honor, we're waiting on, I believe, just one 911 call that should be in today. We were going to set this for an exam. Other than that, discovery is complete.
That is correct, Your Honor. The 911 call has been requested already this week. Mr. Holtman has been very quick with turning those over. So as soon as I get that, I will share that with the defense.
All other discoveries complete.
That is correct.
Yes, Your Honor.
No adjournment will be given if that call is not here. You understand that, counsel?
Understood, Your Honor.
People have their witnesses available the 30th.
We will do our best.
Preliminary examination in person, July 30th, 2024, 9 a.m. That is before exactly. For me. Bond, it's before me. Bond continue.
Thanks, Your Honor. Thank you.
Just another attorney. Court calls the case of the People versus James Johnson.
Prosecuting attorney working with on behalf of people.
Sam Bernstein for Mr. Johnson, Your Honor.
Here. Yeah.
What's going on, man?
Not much. You look good in orange.
No.
All right.
Oh, yeah. So we're asking court to please set this for a preliminary exam, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we have all discovery shared with the exception of the 911 call that was requested earlier this week. It should be over to Mr. Bernstein by the latest on Monday. My expectation would be more likely that it gets to him tomorrow. Then the court, well, I would like to address that.
Why don't you go ahead and address bond?
So I understand in this case, bond is currently set at 10,000, cash or surety with no 10% privilege. We did request 150,000 on this case originally. I understand he has his bond currently denied out of the circuit court and multiple holds in this case. I am actually requesting that bond be raised today, as well as his phone privileges be revoked. I am concerned because the way that I see this playing out is that he was taken into custody for this event that occurred back on May 2nd. After he was taken into custody, he was in for a period of time then was released. We had, before he was released, we had stipulated to adjourn this case to May 23rd. On that day, he failed to appear and a bench warrant was issued. He was then picked up and arraigned on a bench warrant on July 9th and given the 10,000 cash surety without 10% privilege. In the time that he was in custody before he was released and since he has been picked up, he has called the victim 105 times at her personal number, as well as called the family line 110 times, where the victim answers that phone among other people a period or a number of times. I don't know what contacts he had with the victim while he was out of custody, but given his failure to appear previously, as well as the extensive violations in the form of calling the victim, I would be asking for him to be increasing his phone bill to be revoked today.
Your Honor, as far as the phone calls go, Mr. Johnson states adamantly that he's not called Miss VC. He says that it was another woman that he's been calling, and that he has not had any contact with Miss VC since he's been in jail by phone, Your Honor.
I apologize. It is the victim's phone number because the victim has called our office and provided that phone number that he has called 105 times as her point of contact to our office.
That's my phone. That's not her number. I called my other girlfriend. That's my.
He says he's calling his other girlfriend, Your Honor. I'm sure Miss Barossa will get me the phone calls. I'll listen to him ASAP. If there's something different, then I'll know within like a day or two. I know what Miss Vissy sounds like on the phone, so I'll be able to tell whether it's her or not.
Your Honor, I'll say something, Your Honor.
Usually doesn't work well, but go ahead.
I know. Yeah, the number that I've been calling, I got two girlfriends. One is Mrs. VC and the other is Jaleesa. I called Jaleesa off of my phone number. It's an 858 number. It's registered to my name. It's in my name. Miss VC's phone number, I do not call at all. And when I was coming out here, I seen Miss VC in the back. Miss VC can attest to you. I ain't called her or I haven't called her. I know the contact order, so I know I ain't supposed to have no contact with Mrs. VC at all. So I called my other girlfriend, which is Jaleesa. And then once you hear the phone, once you get the phone records, the 100 and whatever times, I'm not too for sure how many times I called her, but once you get the phone records and you hear the phone records, you'll clearly hear that it's not Mrs. VC, it's Miss Jaleesa that I am talking to on the phone. Now, if you can hear the records as well, you hear me on that phone call, those same phone calls, telling Jaleesa that I cannot have no contact with Mrs. VC. And for her, I can't have no third party contact as well with Mrs. VC. So once y'all able to get the contact or the phone records or whatever to my attorney in this court, y'all can listen to them and make the determination. But I don't call Mrs. VC, and Mrs. VC is in the.
All right, well, let me ask you this then, since you decided to volunteer this, as between your two girlfriends, would there be any reason they would share a number?
No, there's no reason that they would share. No.
So why would the prosecutor indicate that the number that the victim in this case gives them to contact her is the same number that you're calling for the jail?
Now that I don't know. I don't know why she would indicate that or what even would give the indications that I'm talking to Mrs. VC, but Mrs. VC is right there.
Okay, do these two women know each other?
Yeah, they know each other for
Oh.
sure. I mean, like I said, we was in a three-way relationship, so like they know each other for sure.
Okay.
And Mrs. VC right there, if you would like to call her up here,
No.
or she can attest it. I can't talk to her. I got both of them pregnant at the same. You know what I'm saying? So like,
To be fair to James, Your Honor, what we're not hearing is anything about the substance of those calls, whether he's talking about court or proceedings or anything directly related to Miss VC.
The same time?
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Checking.
yeah.
Go ahead. No, my bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bernstein. I didn't mean to interrupt.
I was just saying, Judge, what we're not hearing is the substance of those calls that relate specifically to Miss VC. Anything that would indicate that it is Miss VC herself. We're talking about the number, but as far as like what's on those calls, I mean, what we're not hearing does kind of support what James is saying, that he wasn't calling Miss VC, Your Honor.
Okay, I don't, so there's no way without me seeing, I mean, you haven't seen them, Mr. Bernstein, that we're gonna know But my posture on those cases is that if the people are representing to me that the number is the same, I don't know what's going on. Doesn't matter to me. All I know is that the number is the same. I'm not sure what those conversations are. Mr. Bernstein will listen to it, but this time I'm going to revoke your phone privileges. And certainly, Mr. Bernstein, after you hear the calls, if the court needs to reconsider that, I will entertain that and potentially restore his phone privileges. Okay?
That being is when you revoke my phone privilege, is it to that number or is it to all my family?
I'm sorry.
Because I call my grandmother, my other kids, mothers, and all that. So is it revoking that number?
I get you. I'm just saying that what I'm hearing right now is that you violated a condition of your bond. You're telling me you haven't. I've got this phone number. Your counsel hasn't heard it. So what I'm saying is I am, as an initial position, going to revoke your phone privileges. He'll get the phone messages. He'll be able to get to you. They can get to me. I'm not saying I might not restore them, but at this point, this is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
I'll get on it fast.
Yeah, because I need to talk.
So his phone privileges at this time are revoked. With reference to the bond amount, when is the other hearing on?
It shouldn't,
August 7th.
So, and that's the case that bond's been denied.
Yes.
So, okay,
he's not going anywhere anyway,
Well-
so.
I know. I get that. That was going to be my point. I just wanted to check the dates. And so I'm just going to continue his bond as it's currently sat until we can get to the bottom of it, because he's going to have a preliminary examination before that other case comes up. I'll set preliminary examination in person, July 30th, 2024, 9 a.m. That's before me. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Same time. Yeah.